Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a total drama sympathetic tier list. So basically, as you can see, the tiers explain themselves. If you don't understand it, I'll be rating them on sympathetic to least sympathetic. So let's get started. So first we have a... Also, I will not be ranking Redonkulous race characters as I have not rewatched that season yet, and I do not want to give my opinions on that season when I haven't watched it in over 5 years. That would be ridiculous. And I even remove some of my old videos because those takes weren't really good. So yeah. So let's get started. Alejandro. I don't want to say he's evil. I want to say he's not. I don't. I'm going to say not really sympathetic, but it depends on what season he's in. If he's in All Stars, he's most sympathetic because he was like the only guy who was really doing anything against Mao. So I would say he's most sympathetic in All Stars. But in World Tour he's evil. So if you want to balance that out, I would say that's about here. I think that's pretty solid placement. If you in World Tour he's evil, in All Stars he's sympathetic, so I think that equals out to not really sympathetic, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Amy, she's evil. There's no good traits about her. She's just a straight up dick. There's nothing to be sympathetic for. There, I don't know what else to say here. There's nothing. There's no good qualities about Amy. Not one single one. She's definitely one of the more evil characters in the show. And she didn't even show any remorse to anything she did at all. So yeah, I get no there's no argument you can make to say Amy's a good person. Anne Maria, I would say she's neutral. I don't really feel any type of way about her. Um she's good at some points, she's bad at other points. I would say she's a neutral, sympathetic character. I'm not really rooting against her, but at the same time, I'm not cheering for her. So yeah, I would say she's neutral. Same thing goes for Beto. We didn't really get to. Actually, I would say there's some amount of sympathy here because he never really got the chance to develop himself, I guess. And he was a first elimination, and you always have sympathy for the first eliminations, except if your name is Stacy. So yeah. Also, I want to change this up. I'm not going to say they're angels, but I would say most sympathetic maybe. I already have that to your most sympathetic? I would say they're really sympathetic. I don't want to say they're angels because there's gonna be someone on here that I don't think is an angel, but I still think they're sympathetic. So yeah, Beth, not sympathetic whatsoever. She cheated on her boyfriend twice. She is not. She's not a good. I don't want to say she's not a good person. I think she's a decent person, but she doesn't take any responsibility for any of her wrongdoings. She cheats. So any if you're I don't want to say she's evil. She's not evil, but I do want to say not sympathetic because I do think there's a chance if she bettered herself that she could be more sympathetic, but she needs to accept the fact that she cheated. She needs to take action. She needs to accept her wrongdoings. Basically that's it. That's it. She needs to accept her she needs to better herself, I guess. Blaney, I don't think Blaney's evil. I'm gonna say not sympathetic though, and I would have Beth be more sympathetic than Blaney, so she's ahead. Also this will be in order, so yeah. Blaney, not really sympathetic at all. Um, she doesn't really have good traits either, except the reason why she's not an evil is because it's sort of her job to be doing all this. She's still a dick, don't get me wrong, but it's sort of her job to be a dick if that makes sense. And her job's to sort of start drama, so that's what's stopping her from being an evil for me. So yeah, I mean, also Brick obviously most sympathetic. He literally got eliminated for saving lives. That's pretty much all I need to say. He got eliminated for saving lives. If you want me to go more in depth, he is probably the nicest person on the show, other than maybe Ella. I mean, looking through all of this, maybe Ella, geez, Ella. I don't really see anyone else who's as nice or maybe nicer than Brick. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really maybe Tyler. I don't really see it though. Tyler's nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's on the level of Brick nice. Yeah, I think there's not really anyone. Even if you include Redonkulous race, I don't think there's anyone more nicer than Brick. That maybe Ella, and if you really want to reach, maybe Tyler in the show. So yeah, I mean, also, I forgot Zoe exists because Zoe's fucking perfect and she can't do anything wrong. Whatever. So I guess Ella, Zoe, fucking Mike, maybe Tyler, whatever. You get my point. Rick is one of the most sympathetic characters in the show. He saved lives. He puts others ahead of himself. Doesn't do anything bad. Most sympathetic easily, and he got eliminated for doing the right thing. So yeah, Bridget. This one's tough. This one's tough. If she was in Island, she would be like right here. If she was in Action, she would be right here. If she was in World Tour, she would be right here. I don't know, man. The World Tour really screwed her up. I want to like Bridget, I really do, but she cheated, and if she's, I have to put her. I have to put her in this tier. I have to. I can't find any sympathy in cheaters. I just can't. I know she's a good person besides that. I know. But she still cheated. I guess she said sorry. I guess she said sorry. I have to think. She did say sorry. And that's pretty much all you can do. And she didn't cheat again from what you know. I think I put her in neutral. She said sorry for the cheating. She was good in Island. She was alright in Action. She was one of the more sympathetic characters in Island. She fucked up in World Tour. She said sorry. She didn't do it again from what we know. And I guess that's all you can really do. Yeah, I guess. I mean, she didn't do it again. She said sorry. Yeah. I have to put her in neutral. She cheated. I really want to like Bridget, but the cheating shit is it's fucking bad. I don't know why they wrote that. That's such garbage writing. B. I think I'm gonna put B in either this tier or this tier. I'm not really sure yet. I'm gonna put like hmm. I want to rename a lot of sympathy, a lot of sympathy, 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 a lot of sympathy. So, and I want to change this to most sympathetic, most sympathetic. I think that's better. But anyways, B, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep in some amount of sympathy. Yeah, he got fucked over by Scott. If he didn't get fucked over by Scott, I think he would have went really far. Obviously, like in the terms of like in the show, if that makes sense. He bodied every single challenge. He was insane, and he got bodied by Scott. So that does make me have some sympathy for him. And he did get cut off. I would say he's the top of this tier. He's very close to this, but I don't think he's quite there. Maybe if we know a little bit more about him, he could be there. But as of right now, I think he's in some amount of sympathy. So yeah, Cameron, some amount of sympathy. I mean, he won, so that removes some. He got what he deserved. He won. Technically, if you're saying he's one of the more nicer characters, but he was dumb as fucking All Stars. He did not deserve any sympathy for that dumbass shit. That was his fault. He fell for it. I do not feel any sympathy for that. Um, the reason why I don't have him any higher is because the way I see sympathy is if you sort of get screwed over, and Cameron never really got screwed over. So I don't. That's what's stopping from him being up here or up here. So yeah. The reason why he's not high is because he didn't get screwed over. He won. So there's not much to be sympathetic for because he won. And then it was his fault that he got screwed over by Mike or Mal because he didn't pay attention. So yeah, some amount of sympathy, and because he lived in the bubble for so long. So yeah, that's some amount of sympathy right there. So yeah, there you go. Chef, not sympathetic. I think he's evil. I think he's evil. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Are we counting Drama Rama here? I don't think we are. I'm not counting Drama Rama. So with that in mind, I do think he cares more about the contestants than Chris, but he does let the shit Chris do slide. So I do think he's evil. He let if he was a somewhat decent person, he would stop Chris. Speaking of Chris, he's evil as fuck. Like he's the worst motherfucker on this list. But on Chef, he's I think he's worse than Amy too, because he lets Chris slide. Like he doesn't do anything to stop Chris. And as for Chris himself, we all know what he done, bro. He fucking ruined islands. He ruined animals. He ruined humans. What the fuck hasn't he done? So yeah, he's evil. He's the most evil character on the show. And Chef's right behind him for allowing that shit to go down. Cody, not sympathetic at all in my eyes. I I would say I find Alejandro more sympathetic than Cody. And let me explain myself. Actually, I'll put him in neutral because I just remembered Sierra exists. And I do feel bad for him about that. I'm going to put Bridget ahead of him. Sierra exists, so I do feel sympathetic for him I do feel sympathy for him for that. But he's weird as fuck. He is weird to Gwen. He never learns his lesson. He thinks Gwen belongs to him when she doesn't, and he never really learned that lesson. People think he's right in the cheating scandal. He's not. He only punched Duncan because he wanted Gwen for himself. That's creepy. That is creepy behavior. So I don't find any sympathy for him. So yeah, there you go. Courtney, this is a interesting one. Courtney. You're the most difficult ranking on this list, I would say. All right, she got cheated on. Very much sympathetic for her on that. She's a bitch, not sympathetic. I mean, plus she let the game. It's sort of sad because she let the game get in her head. And if she wasn't, excuse me, if she wasn't on the season, I do think she would be at least a somewhat decent person. Not a good person by any means, but a somewhat decent one. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to put her in non-sympathetic, not really sympathetic, because the only way I felt any sympathy for her is in two ways. She got in her own head and she made herself obsessed, and she got cheated on. But other than that, she's not a good person. So yeah, Dakota, more sympathy. She turned into a mutant. There's not much else to say there. She turned into a mutant. Yeah, I mean, she turned into a fucking mutant. What else is there to say? She's easily the second most sympathetic character in the show. And I do think that we all know who number one is. And he's coming up. So, Dave, this one's weird. This one's weird. It depends what you think at the end, what happened to him at the end of pahkitew Island. Did he die? If you think he died, then he's up here. Because I don't think Dave deserved to die. But if you think he didn't die, and you think he just got mauled and Chris came back for him, he's down here. So if he died, he's up here. If he didn't die, he's down here. So it's all what you want in your head. All right, so let's act like the ending never happened. I'm gonna say that the ending never happened, and that let's say for this tier list's sake, he got saved by Chris. You can argue that he did die at the end of pahkitew Island. He was stranded on an island with a bear. You can argue that he died, but I'm not gonna make that point right now. So I'm gonna say not sympathetic, and let me explain why. He's weird as fuck, just like Cody. Sky did lead him on a little bit, but it's on him to realize that after she told him directly no. She told him directly no, and he still did that weird shit. He became crazy at the end of pahkitew Island. That's on him. And yes, I know Sky. Sky is all. Where's Sky at? I'm gonna rank them at the same time. Where is Sky at? Sky. There's Sky. They're both not sympathetic. Not sympathy. Not. I don't feel any sympathy for them. Sky's a cheater. Don't give me that bullshit. She's a cheater. She led Dave on, and that's what Sky did wrong. What Dave did wrong, he was creepy as fuck. And even despite Sky leading him on, it is on him to shut the fuck up when she says no. If she says no, you do not pursue anymore. That is on him. Even if she's giving you other signals, if she says no, no is no. Even if she's giving you other signals. That's enough about those two bozos, though. That's enough about those two bozos. Dawn, I feel a lot of sympathy for her. She does want to do the right thing. She does want to do the right thing. However, she comes off as a bit creepy. So she does come off as a bit creepy. She does try to do the right thing, like I said. She got fucked over by Scott, so that's pretty sympathetic. but she's still creepy at the end of the day, you know. She does want to do the right thing. However, she still is a little bit creepy. So yeah. Then we got a lot of these to go through. All right, DJ. I would say DJ's like right there. He got screwed over in Islands. He did cheat in action, but he did apologize for that. And World Tour, he thought he was cursed by animals when he really wasn't. It was just Alejandro playing him. So that all equals up to pretty much most sympathetic for me. He got screwed over a few times. So yeah, I mean, actually, I'm gonna put him at the top of here. I'm gonna put him at the top of a lot of sympathy, because I don't think he's really on Brick's level or Dakota's level of sympathy. However, I do think he's still up there. Duncan, not sympathetic at all. He's not as bad as Dave or Sky or Blaney, but he's right there. I don't feel any sympathy for. Actually, I'm gonna put him on the same tier as Courtney, but I'm gonna put Courtney up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna keep him there, and let me explain why. He's an asshole. He's a bitch. He's a cunt. However, Courtney was a bitch to him, and that's sort of sympathetic. Um, his All Stars treatment was sympathetic. It was implied that he got. I'm not gonna. Actually, I'm not gonna touch on that point. I'm not gonna take that into consideration here. Some of y'all may know what I was about to say. May you not. I'm not gonna take that in consideration though. But overall, Duncan's just an asshole. In fact, I'm gonna put him right here. I don't feel any sympathy for him at all. Like, Courtney did treat him bad, but that's not really sympathetic in my eyes. I don't really give a fuck. So yeah, he's a fucking asshole. Ella, I'm gonna say either here or here. I'm gonna say she is. I don't know. I'm gonna put her right here. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep her there. I may put her here later on, but right now she's gonna stay right there. All right, she's one of the nicest characters in the show. She got screwed over by Sugar. She tried to do the right thing. I mean, is there any more? She got screwed. There's nothing much more to say. Animals love her. She got screwed over. She's a good person. I'm just repeating myself at this point. You all know who Ella is. She's a great person. Yeah, I mean, and she got screwed over. Like I said, for the fifth time. So yeah, that's her ranking. Eva, not sympathetic, but I would say she's like. Actually, I would say somewhat sympathetic. Somewhat sympathetic. Just because she got screwed over by not competing in the other seasons. However, in Island she was a complete asshole. But in the aftermath, she was like sort of like a in the aftermath she was a bit nicer there. So yeah, I mean, not she's not really sympathetic, but when she's with like Izzy and Noah, she's more normal. So I don't want to put her in non-sympathetic, but at the same time, yeah. Ezekiel, most sympathetic, easily the most sympathetic character on this list. Do not give me any fucking argument. There's no argument for why Ezekiel is not the most sympathetic character. Yes, he said sexist things. He apologized for that, and people forgave him, and he changed. He didn't say any more sexist things, and then he turned into a mutant, and his life got ruined by Chris. There's not much else to say. There's not much else to say. We all know Ezekiel's story, and we all know how fucked up it is. And he's clearly the most sympathetic character in the show, and it's not close. Jeff, he got cheated on. He was an asshole in action. He was a good guy in Island. So let's do this. Island, he's here. Action, he's here. World Tour, he's here. So I would say that I would put him there. I would put him ahead of. I put him right there. In action, he was an asshole. So he's obviously not here. He got cheated on the World Tour in front of everybody. So I'm gonna put him there. Actually, I'm gonna put him like right. Yeah, I'm gonna put him right here. Yes, I'm gonna put him right there. On Island, he got screwed over because he was nice. Well, not screwed over. He got voted out fairly, but he still got voted out because he was nice, which is sort of fucked up. But I get it. In action, he was a complete asshole, and in World Tour, he got cheated on in front of everybody. But however, things did still end up good between him and Bridget. And I'm assuming Bridget did not cheat again. So I'm gonna put him in some amount of sympathy in the top of that tier. Maybe here. I'm actually gonna put him there, but like at the very end of it. Gwen, I don't know. An Island, not really sympathetic to me. Actually, yes, she got screwed over by Heller a couple times, so I would put her here in Island. In Action, I would put her here. And in World Tour, I would put her here. And in All Stars, I would put her here. So if all that equals out, I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna keep her here. She was good in Island. Heather fucked her over a couple times, so she does deserve some sympathy. In Action, she was completely right about Trent, so I don't. She deserves a lot of sympathy for that. And World Tour, she willingly, she don't give me that she didn't know she was with Duncan bullshit. She clearly knew and apologized. Actually, did she apologize? She apologized for that in All Stars. Gwen was an asshole to Cody in World Tour. I know Cody's creepy as fuck. I know, but she still used him. She used him, even if he does kind of deserve it. She was an asshole to people like she knew. All right, how? She knew Duncan was an asshole because he literally screwed over Tyler and Noah and other people. He screwed over Harold, and she still willingly, knowing that all this went on, still defended him multiple times. So for me, she's not really sympathetic. Well, however, she's like right there. I would say she's more sympathetic than Alejandro, so I would keep her there. However, I do not feel any sympathy for Gwen, or that not that much of sympathy for Gwen, anyways. Harold, he's like right here behind Brick. He got tortured by Duncan for 2 seasons. He got bullied in Island. I mean, yeah, I mean, he got tortured by Duncan. He got fucking tortured. In World Tour, he got screwed over by Alejandro. Oh, I should say he got played by Alejandro. So yeah, I would say that all equals out to most sympathetic tier. Heather, alright. In Island, she's not sympathetic. In World Tour, she's like neutral. In All Star, she's not really sympathetic. So I'm gonna put her here. However, I do find Alejandro more sympathetic than her. So I'm gonna put her like right here. Actually, I'm gonna put her like down here. But like, I'm gonna put her right here because actually I don't know. I'm gonna keep her there. She was a complete asshole in. Actually, I'm gonna put her here. I forgot that she lost her hair, so I'm gonna put her here. She was a complete asshole in Island. In Action, she was nicer. In World Tour, she was nicer, but she still wasn't a good person. In All Stars, she was still not a good person. So I'm gonna say that all equals out to not really sympathetic. Izzy neutral. So Izzy's just crazy as fuck. There's not really much to be. There's not. She's a true neutral. Like there's not much for. She does good and bad stuff. I'm gonna put that simply. Jasmine is neutral. I mean, she got far. There's not much to be sympathetic for about Jasmine, but she doesn't. She's also a good person. So yeah, I mean, she got what did she. My fault. She got what she deserved. She went far. Even if she lost, she went far, and that's still deserving. So I wouldn't say there's much sympathy there. So yeah, Joe not sympathetic at all. I would say I feel more sympathy for. I feel more for Beth and Joe. So yeah. She was a complete asshole. She was a complete asshole to Brick. Her, I do think she still like deep down Joe does care for Brick. That's just a headcanon though. I can't really take that into account for my rankings. Basically, just a complete asshole. That's pretty much all I have to say. Katie and Sadie, same fucking person. Not sympathetic. Not really sympathetic at all. I don't really give a fuck about these two bozos. I would say they're right here. They're weird. They're creepy. They're annoying. Pretty much that's it. Justin, some amount of sympathy. I'm gonna put him like right here though. Um, he was fine in Island. Yes, I know he was evil in Action. However, I don't think he did that much bad stuff. Like, he did some bad stuff, but not really that much. And he did pay his price, and he got sort of like attacked by the contestants as he was leaving. So yeah, I mean, he lost his looks, he lost everything. Even if he did regain it later on, which is weird as fuck to me. But it's clear that he did learn his lesson. Maybe he's neutral. Maybe he's like right here. He learned his lesson because he's good friends with Trent and the Drama Brothers. So I mean, yeah, he learned his lesson clearly. He got what he deserved. He got the correct punishment. So yeah, there's not much. I would say Justin's pretty neutral. I feel some sympathy for him, but not enough to be on this tier. Leonard, neutral. Fucking who cares about Leonard, bro? Nobody. I guess there's some Leonard fans, but still, bro. Like, come on. I mean, he didn't do anything good or bad. He's neutral. That's enough as is. Lashana, some amount of sympathy. She had to deal with Heather for Island. She sort of got fucked over in action, but it was her own fault. And in World Tour, she got played by Alejandro, even though it was her fault. So I would say that's pretty much some amount of sympathy. Not that much for me personally, but it's still some amount of sympathy. Lightning, also some amount of sympathy. Yes, he was evil. However, it was clear that his dad is a complete asshole, and he was raised by a complete asshole. So yeah, his dad was an ass. Um, he was chill for the other parts of the season until the finale. In All Stars, he was sort of a dick, but still, I would say yes. I would say some amount of sympathy. Lindsay, I would say some amount of sympathy, but she's like right here. Actually, I would say like she's right here or right here. I'll put her right there. In Island, she deserves a ton of sympathy because not a ton actually. She got played by Heather, although she did do some bad things, even though she was played by Heather. People forget that she did do bad things in Island, even though she was played by Heather. In Action, she sort of got screwed, but once again, that's her own fault. In World Tour, she forgot Tyler. I don't feel any sympathy for that whatsoever. So yeah, I would say I feel some sympathy for Lindsay. However, she did do some bad things, even though she didn't really realize what she was doing. Actually, I would say a lot of sympathy just because she got played, and it's not really her fault. She's just dumb as hell. It's not her fault. So yeah, I would say a lot of sympathy for her. Max, I would say some sympathy, only because of the way he got eliminated. That's pretty much it. He got eliminated unfairly, so that's some sympathy. Mike, I don't fucking know. I don't care for Mike whatsoever. Um, I guess struggling with a mental illness is tough, but he fucking overcame that, so there's no point. I'm gonna say neutral. I don't feel any sympathy. Actually, I'm gonna put him. I guess some sympathy. I don't know. I guess he had to deal with a mental illness his entire life until he reset the button. Whatever. I guess that deserves some sympathy. I guess. Maybe my mic bias is getting in the way, but still. He doesn't have to deal with it anymore, and he's now a fucking superhuman. So actually, I'm gonna put him in there. He dealt with an illness in his entire life, and that deserves some sympathy. But now he's a fucking superhuman because of it. He has powers. This motherfucker actually has powers. Like he's perfect at everything now. He has Svetlana's gym skills. He has I don't know Mantoba's adventuring, and all of them combined. He's a superhuman. So no, I don't feel much sympathy for him because he's a superhuman. Noah, some sympathy. He got the. I'm gonna put him right here. He got an island. It was his fault that he got eliminated. In World Tour, he got played. I don't. He didn't get played by Alejandro, but his elimination was bullshit. So that does deserve some amount of sympathy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. His World Tour elimination was bullshit. So yeah, that's why I have him there. Owen, neutral. I mean, maybe not really sympathetic because of the motion, but I'm not gonna put him like right here. And all in Island, he wasn't really sympathetic because he won. So yeah, in action, he wasn't. He became a mole, so that's sort of an asshole thing to do. And in World Tour, he was fine. He really didn't do much. I mean, he did. He's sort of dumb because he didn't realize what Duncan did in the cheating scandal was bad. So yeah, I guess. I'm guessing I'm gonna keep him there. Rodney, no sympathy, not really sympathetic. I'm gonna say put him right there. He's a weirdo, just like Cody. However, he doesn't. I'm gonna put him like at the end of neutral. I'm gonna put him. Actually, I'm gonna put him like right here. Yeah, I think that's fine. He's like Cody. He's a fucking weirdo. However, he doesn't really realize what he's doing is wrong, so I can't really put him like in non-sympathetic. So yeah, that's pretty much all Rodney did. Sammy, more sympathetic. I'm gonna put her right there. She had to live with an abusive sister her entire life. That's obviously sympathetic. Actually, I'm gonna put her like she did overcome Sammy, so my fault, my fault. She did overcome Sammy, so I'm not. I mean, overcome Amy. I mean, so I'm not gonna put her head a brick, even though you can completely argue that she should be here. I'm gonna keep her there though. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put her here. Yeah, she got fucking abused her entire life by her sister, so obviously that deserves sympathy. In any normal show, she would be right here, but these two turn into fucking mutants, and you can't really compete with that. So she does deserve a lot of sympathy for what she went through with Amy. Sam, neutral. Actually, some amount of sympathy. I'm gonna put him like right here. In Revenge, he was neutral, but in All Stars, he really got his ass kicked every single time he was on screen. So that does deserve some sympathy. Also, Scarlett, she's evil. She's like right next to. I don't know who's more evil, Scarlett or Chris. I don't know. I'm gonna say Scarlett's more evil. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna say Scarlett, but barely. Just because Scarlett goes out of her way to try to kill, like not kill people, but she doesn't. They both these two do not mind if people if people. Actually, I'm gonna make a new fucking tier for these two. Super evil. You can get fucking black because that's fucking evil. I guess. I don't know. Actually, you can't even see it. Actually, Batman's black and he's not evil, so I don't. It doesn't fucking matter what color. That color's already fucking there. There, you're gonna be blue. But anyways, um, Scarlett's evil as hell. She literally did not care if people died, just like Chris. So yeah, and the reason why I have her below Chris or more evil than Chris is because I don't really know. They're both like equally evil in my eyes. So yeah, put them as a tie, I guess. I don't know. Scott, put him at the bottom of here. And actually, I'm gonna put him like right here, or I'm gonna put him there. And Revenge, he was a complete asshole, but he went in a trauma chair. He did not deserve that whatsoever. So he deserves some sympathy for that. In All Stars, he got hurt almost every time he was on screen. So yeah, I would say that equals out to a lot of sympathy. Like the motherfucker, I think the motherfucker got brain damage from Fame, so that obviously deserves a lot of sympathy. So yeah. Although that's a headcanon, I can really add that. But he became dumb somehow. And he went in a trauma chair, or like a trauma machine. He couldn't move, and everyone was laughing at him when he cried. So yeah, that deserves a lot of sympathy, even if he was an asshole. Sean, neutral. I put him. He's on the level of Jasmine. They both they both got what they deserved. Sean won, so that's not really sympathetic. He won. He got what he deserved. So yeah, everything went good for Sean. I would say not really anything to be sympathetic about. Sierra, not sympathetic whatsoever. Um, she's crazy. She's weird as fuck. Even if you like her, you must admit she's weird as fuck. I guess she lost her hair. I guess she's still weird. She doesn't deserve any sympathy for that. So yeah, I guess not sympathetic whatsoever to me. Stacy, not sympathetic, but she's like at the top of that. She's fucking. She's. I would not. I wouldn't say she's crazy, but like she's obviously lying. And even if you don't think she's lying, she's still fucking weird. I always don't feel any sympathy. Like, sure, she was the first out, but she deserved it, so not really sympathetic there. Sugar, not sympathetic. I'll put her like here. She's a complete asshole. I get yeah, that's pretty much it. She's a complete fucking asshole. There's not much else to say there. Yeah, I guess she's a complete asshole. I don't know what else you want me to say. Topher, neutral. He was still an asshole. Don't get me wrong, but he's still not like. Actually, I'm gonna put. I almost moved Cody down. I'm gonna keep him there. He was an. He wasn't. I don't want to say he was an asshole. I don't think he was an asshole, but he's sort of like self-absorbed in a way. But he didn't really do anything that bad. Like, sure, he tried to take over Chris' spot, but Chris is fucking evil, so who cares? He sort of screwed over his teammates in a way, but he still wasn't evil in any way. So I'm gonna put him in neutral. Trent, a lot of sympathy. He's like right there. So Trent and Island was really sympathetic in the way he got eliminated. Heather, Heather tricked him, and his relationship with Gwen got was. All right, I'm gonna say this: the start of their down, the start of the Trent and Gwen relationship started with that, and it wasn't his fault. In action, yes, he went crazy, and that's his fault. That is his fault. However, Duncan played him. Duncan fucking manipulated what was going on there. Mm, I'm gonna put him DJ head. He got love in universe. However, he did have to watch the whole love triangle drama go down, and that must be fucked up to watch. The drama brothers didn't really work out, so I guess yeah. I'm gonna say this. He was wrong in action. However, he was right about what he said. If that makes sense. Duncan was a bad person. And he was right about that. And he was right about Gwen liking Duncan. He was right about that. But he went about it in a completely wrong way. And he had a mental breakdown on TV. And that's sympathetic. But at the same time, he was wrong. If that makes sense. Which stops him from being up here. He was wrong. And he's in love. He's loved in the universe. He has like tons of fan mail and shit. So he's not up here, but I would say he's right there. Tyler, more sympathetic. I'm gonna put him right there. On Island, he got eliminated. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna put him right there. In Island, he got eliminated because even though he did the challenge, he got eliminated. Even though he did the challenge, his fucking teammates bullied him. Bridget bullied him. Jeff bullied him. Duncan bullied him, and even Courtney had to step up and say, "Stop! Shut the fuck up, y'all." And after he didn't make it in, and he had to watch Lindsay flirt with Justin. I think they were broke up in between. I mean, Tyler and Lindsay were broke up in between Action and World Tour. However, he still had to watch the love of his life flirt with someone else in World Tour. All right, let's say all right, they weren't broken up, so Lindsay doesn't have to stay with Tyler. But she did forget his name at the end of Island, and then she forgot his name in World Tour, and then he got played by Alejandro, who he thought was his friend, and then he had to watch Alejandro flirt with Lindsay right in front of him. No, and Alejandro knew that Tyler liked her, and he still did it anyways. And then he gets hurt every time he's on screen. And then he shouldn't have been eliminated because Duncan should have been eliminated if Chris fucking called the game right. If Duncan wasn't eliminated, he would have went farther, which is really sympathetic. So yeah, I mean Tyler's one of the more sympathetic characters on the show. He gets hurt. His girlfriend forgot his name. Alejandro flirted with Lindsay right in front of him. Alejandro played him. He never got any fucking revenge or any like I don't know what the word is, but he never really got what he deserved. He never got anything. Nothing good happened to him ever. Like maybe he's had Lindsay, but other than that, nothing good happened to him. So he does deserve most sympathetic tier. Zoe, the last one, she got what she won, so I can't really feel sympathetic for that. I'm gonna put her here, I guess. She's she's a superhuman, just like Mike. She's still a nice person, I guess. Nothing bad happened to her apart from Mal, which is her own fault. She got played, which is her fault. It was fucking obvious. She ignored the obvious signs. So I don't know what you want me to do. Like I guess you could say Mal, her having to deal with Mal was sympathetic, but at the same time, she should have figured that out a long, long time ago. And she won the season, or at least was a finalist. Even if she didn't win the season, she's still going home with $1 million because she's cool with Mike. They're probably going to share the money anyways. So yeah, that's my tier list. Hopefully, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I know some of these rankings may be like a little bit controversial. However, hopefully y'all like this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that shit. Peace the fuck out. I'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah, peace, I guess.